Hey guys, it's Lord here, and today I want to talk about strategy RPGs and whether or not we're starting to see a rise in games found within this subgenre of RPGs, and is it finally gaining the recognition that it deserves. So we're going to dive right into it. Now, when it comes to strategy RPGs, this genre is one of my favorite amongst the subgenres within RPGs. In fact, my first introduction to the genre was with the first XCOM found on the PS1, followed by Final Fantasy Tactics, which is still one of my favorite strategy RPGs of all time, altogether in general. And I really love it, and it introduced me to a different play style of playing RPGs and how you interact and level up your characters. And a lot of the strategy RPGs also introduce some thought-provoking stories that is even more engaging than your traditional role-playing games. Now, the reason why I really wanted to talk about this is because I started to notice that we're starting to see a lot more of these games being developed within this subgenre of RPGs, and that's definitely a good thing. And I believe that there's a couple of things at hand when it comes to that's influencing these releases. And I believe, in my opinion, don't shoot me for this, I think that Fire Emblem is one of those catalysts that's also influencing the popularity with strategy RPGs. Fire Emblem has been carrying the back of this genre. Strategy RPGs is such a niche as far as the genre is concerned. You don't really see much develop, but because of Fire Emblem and its popularity and it finally went mainstream, it became such an event every time Nintendo announces a new Fire Emblem game, and then starting to see a lot more people that's being introduced to that genre. And when developers see that, you know, a game is doing well or a subgenre is doing well and people are buying these games within this subgenre, then developers want to spend more time and focus and put efforts in producing more games in that genre. So to me, in my opinion, that's definitely a good thing, and I would love to see more in the near future when it comes to strategy RPGs. Which also brings me to this matter right here: Square Enix. There's been a ton of rumors. We talked about it before when it comes to Nvidia and the Nvidia leak, and it's been spot on, and there's still some more games that needs to be checked off the box. And so far, if the leak is still being consistent and is true, we still have another strategy RPG or a few which are pretty much remakes or remasters that pretty much should be coming out or being announced pretty soon. And that's Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster and also Tactics Ogre Remaster or slash remake. We still not sure whether or not if it's one of the two. And that's also a good thing. And I think that these developers, especially Square Enix, is starting to realize it themselves because of the popularity that the genre has been gaining so far. The attraction has been gaining, and since Square Enix had released Triangle Strategy, which has also done really well, and I own the game myself, I still have yet to open it because I still have to finish the rest of the backlog of RPGs that I have. But looking at the critical reception from gaming journalists and gamers themselves, Triangle Strategy has also just lighted a fuse underneath Square Enix to release more strategy RPGs by reintroducing a new generation to Final Fantasy Tactics and also Tactics Ogre, if any of the rumors happen to be true. Well, we do know that Tactics Ogre remaster or remake is true, because just recently Sony had accidentally uploaded onto the PlayStation Store the title of Tactics Ogre. So I think it's called Tactics Ogre Reborn, I believe. And since they accidentally posted that up and then removed it, we do know that it is happening, which also validates the Nvidia leak once more. So expecting Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered to be announced pretty soon, I think that's pretty awesome. And I can't wait, and I'm looking forward to it. And not only that, Square Enix is reintroducing a brand new generation to the Front Mission series with the Front Mission remake that's coming to Nintendo Switch. We're not only getting the remake to the first game, we also getting a remake to the second game. And I can tell you one thing, the Front Mission series is actually a pretty good series. I got into it back during the PS1 era. So the fact is that we're getting a remake at this time, it seemed like they're capitalizing on the fact of how popular the genre is, in my opinion, is finally becoming, and it's getting the recognition that it deserves for them to even decide to go back and consider going back to grab Front Mission. I think that's pretty amazing. And we definitely can't forget about Western developers. We also getting Marvel and the Midnight Suns, which is another strategy RPG that utilizes the Marvel brand, which I think that's another way to be able to pull in gamers into this genre. So you'll be able to play as your favorite Marvel characters and be able to, you know, cross them over and and mix them up with different strategies. And I'm definitely looking forward to that, to actually give that game a try, especially because Blade, Spider-Man, Wolverine is in the game, so you definitely know that I have to really get my hands on this game. But the fact is that they're using Marvel characters to be able to introduce gamers who have never played a strategy RPG. I think that's a perfect way to be able to break gamers into that. So there's a whole slew of various different games and also IP that's incorporated into this genre to be able to pull players in, and I'm hyped and I'm looking forward to it. Not only that, Square Enix has also been pushing out, or is going to release, their newest IP within the strategy RPG genre, which is Dealfield Chronicles. Dealfield Chronicles is another real-time strategy RPG that is looking pretty interesting. I'm loving the character designs. I'm also loving the gameplay because it's not your traditional strategy RPG that Square Enix normally makes. This one is actually a RTS, kind of like how you would see StarCraft or Command and Conquer, where you actually control your units in real time and watch them clash and collide with the opposing opponents that's on the field. And it seems like it's also going to be a mixture with the Fire Emblem elements once the party has clashed with the enemies, which also looks definitely interesting, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. And also, when you look at the indie genre or the indie space, they're also creating more and more strategy RPGs. So this is a genre that's fully that's starting to blossom, you know, and I'm really liking that. And definitely, if you guys have never played a strategy RPG, you guys definitely got to look into it, especially if you are into RPGs. This is just a subgenre that you definitely need to look into, because you will be amazed at how much you will enjoy it. And I'm definitely loving where they're going with, you know, strategy RPGs altogether. But that's pretty much my opinion. I believe that at this point that we starting to see more of this genre, and that is also a good thing, like I said before, and hope to see more of it in the future. And I can't wait to see what other developers are going to put their hands in, you know, to this genre to develop their own titles for strategy RPG. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think there's a rise in strategy RPGs when it comes to the development of these games, or do you think it's, you know, pretty much the same, and that it's still just sprinkles here and there, and it's still is going to remain as that niche genre that you don't think is really going to get, you know, but so far? So definitely your thoughts in the comment section below. Definitely like to hear your opinions. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, because it definitely helped me in the algorithm, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified for more gaming news or RPG news in the near future. This is Mugen Lord signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.